Hold on. Thought I was talking for. All right, my check, my check. Hold up. Shit. There we go. All right, let's do this. All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me set this down. Turn this down a bit. Here we go. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Ari T. This is Dissect the Dialogue. Thank y'all for being here. If y'all are new, like, comment, subscribe. Now, this has been. This is a tough one. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm pretty sure y'all know me by now. Y'all should know how I am. Y'all know like a hard working. I'm like ripping. I rip and run a lot. So sometimes I may be in a group or something. Sometimes I'm not. But I do my best to make sure that I still deliver. But I'm not gonna say that I have nothing to discuss. I do have something to discuss, but I don't know. It's like, tell you what, I haven't done this in a long time. I'm gonna just go on like my stream of conscience that I be usually doing, that I used to do. Go back to that, because that's the only time y'all get the true authentic self. By just talking my stuff, so say. But let me make sure I fix this. But y'all probably heard about this. Let me make sure. I can tell this is going down. Okay. I don't know if it's affecting the screen, but y'all probably heard that that CEO United Healthcare got popped a few days ago, I think. Yes, as the CEO of major health insurer was gunned down in a brazen target attack in New York City, shot multiple times by a gunman outside a famed Manhattan hotel. Brian Thompson, who had led the United Healthcare Insurance Company, shot to death at point blank range early Wednesday morning on the sidewalk outside the New York Hilton Midtown ahead of his company's Investors Day conference, according to police. The shooter, who has not been located, appeared to have been lying in wait at the hotel where he shot Thompson around 6:40 a.m. First of all, who gets up that early to kill somebody? The words deny, defend, and dispose were discovered by detectives on the shell casings found at the scene where Thompson was killed, police source told ABC News late Wednesday evening. Now, this really makes me think about just how, as a country, how we kind of operate. It's like situations like these, it's almost like, it almost seems like isolated instances, like, oh, it's shocking that it happens. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe whatever. Like, wow, people actually, like, I can't believe he killed the CEO and all that. But stuff happens in inner cities like this and barely gets any coverage. Or worse than that, there's even worse atrocities in different countries. And that's not even broadcast unless it's like has something to do with like if it goes to the extreme of like a war. So it's like, I don't know. I think we all know that. Let's be honest. Hold on. Let's just lay it on the table. America sole foundation in upbringing has always been based on crime, extortion, rape, murder, and whatever atrocities you can name. The irony is that we walk around, well, the country walks around, so say, the powers that be walk around thinking that they're this great place. And then if you say it's not a gay place, they'll try to gaslight you and make you think it's great. and all that. I mean, great is like a over. It's like it's kind of like an overused phrase. It's like America is. It has great things. I think they have great moments. You know, they have great moments in history. You know, with Watergate and you know the crack epidemic and the Bush administration twice. But no, America is great for a lot of things. I'm pretty sure America is great for a lot of things. I mean, I was born here, so I'm not going to just downplay it, but I still got to be honest. I know, some privileges that I can get here, I probably can get nowhere else, but I mean, we just got to be honest, America has always been kind of like, and considering the fact that I'll put it because I always like making comparisons. America as a whole is like hip hop. Hip hop started off as very rebellious, very kind of anti-establishment, uh, against the system in some cases. You know, very pretty much speaking out what's going on in the streets per se. If you want to use that connotation, right? It was really against the system. It always has been. It was inner city like Latino kids going against the system. Speaking about it had the party element, had the fun element, but it also had the message as well, talking about the stuff that was going on and that needs to be stopped. At first, that's what it was. Time changed. Hip hop got some sort of notoriety, got some sort of mass appeal, and once it got to a point where it became too commercialized, as far as mainstream goes, it kind of flipped on its axis. And it became this, you know, flashy drug culture, sex, money, whatever, violence, all that. And it became that for the most part on a lot of mainstream stuff. And evidently it's starting to become just the average thing you listen to. America also has that story where it started off going against the system because they were tired of being taxed on stuff that was unnecessary. They decided that they wanted to run away from religious freedom. Founded a country that was had people monitoring it. They discovered something that was being monitored. There weren't people there. There were people there, and they looked like me. But they had people like that. Starting off very friendly, wanted to embrace differences. Then out of nowhere, the settlers then, again, flipped on his axis, sold to their greed, and all of a sudden did the stuff that they said they ran away from back in Great Britain. That's what America is. America and hip hop. I use comparisons like that. Are comparisons like that, and considering the fact that they're both kind of like the youngest. Like America, I think is like the youngest, one of the youngest countries as far as world history goes. America is one of the youngest countries, if not the youngest. Same thing with hip hop; it's one of the youngest genres. And the problem is, with America having like such a kind of pretty fresh history and fresh upbringing, uh, half of the time the people that run the country don't even know what to say, what to do, what to think, how to act. Nothing. It's just a free for all in a sense. It's no like the whole law and order. There's no such thing. You know, there's no such things like that. I mean, with this situation that happened with this person, with the CEO getting killed, I mean, it's a sad sight, but it's, to be honest, it's what America's always kind of been. You think that's bad? Try and go into the '60s. They was dropping people left and right, motivational speakers, pastors. They was burning churches and everything. And that's always been like that. But the main question is, has America ever been great? Has America ever been great? I mean, to be fair, it depends on what you think great is. It depends on what you think. What are like some of the great moments you could say, like, yeah, I'm proud to be an American for X, Y, Z. I mean, to be honest, most of the time people, well, again, I say average. Average. That's what I'm focused on. Most people that want to say they love America, it's usually always negative. It's usually always negative for the most part, or they promote negativity. Like, of course, I mean, we can talk about, gun laws and, abortion laws and all that. We could talk about that. But yeah, most people, when they try to make America great, it's never really been great, per se. I mean, majority of the wars that involve us, we initiated, and for selfish purposes as well. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge that too. A lot of the wars we started, like 95% of them, we initiated, but we complain about terror, especially when it comes to like Black Americans. Like, like I think Dave Chappelle made a joke when he was talking about how terrorists basically don't take Black hostages. Why would they? They see them getting screwed by their own country that they live in. Why would they care if we take them hostage? And that made me think too, because people don't think prejudice and racism doesn't even exist. Because why? Because we had a Black president. Because we let some celebrities in our community become billionaires. Like, because we take some caricatures off of syrup bottles. Like, that's your version of eradicating racism. It's more deeply rooted than that. And I believe, I'll say that at times most people are just willfully ignorant to whatever they believe in. I think that whatever you learn, whether you think is right, even though it's wrong, you can definitely unlearn. Kind of like y'all can look this up. C.P. Ellis. I don't know if you're familiar with that. C.P. Ellis. He was like a white segregationist. Uh, Something dealing with like the integration of schools, and I don't think he was down with that. Then he was going against Ann Atwater. They were pretty much they were just like butting heads, whatever. Then CPL started to realize, kind of like, I guess the equivalent I can make is for those that see American History X, kind of like when Derek realized that what he was taught was basically a bunch of crap. That's basically what CPLs did. He was like American History X before American History X. So when he realized, like, man, these people are full of shit, he decided to go on the other side. But I got to name like I mean, you could talk about Malcolm X. You know, didn't like himself. Wanted to integrate into quote unquote white society. Then became one of the greatest orators and supporters and leaders of kind of like this black movement. But when you try to have unity and peace with everyone, it's usually kaput. And I think that's the problem. Are the powers that be trying to keep us separate? I mean, yeah, that's the only way you keep people divisive and keep people separated. You know, it's kind of like a pyramid scheme. You got to keep certain races finding some reason to not like one another because it keeps money. People don't know like war in general is like $1 billion industry, and stuff like war, stuff like the media. There's a reason why stuff like that never really shut down because it feeds off. People always talking about like certain music, like oh well, hip hop it feeds off No, you know what really feeds off negativity? The media. The media feeds off a bunch of negativity, but no one says anything about it. Like you could be having a great day, and then you turn on CNN, like 15-year-old kid was gunned down by such and such in this neighborhood, and then it's like all of a sudden you depressed now. Then they like play with your emotions. But Kim Kardashian got this nice car. She's dating another famous actor. Like people don't talk about hip hop. Is music is like a bad influence to kids and all that. And even on that subject, I'm just tell you this. I just say that I think the whole concept of music and certain movies affecting a young child, I think it's a crock. Okay, when I was growing up, I don't watch all kind of crazy gangster movies, horror movies. Some stuff my parents was not supposed to let us watch, and I watched that. Okay. Same thing with music. I don't listen to some of the most aggressively explicit lyrics you could think of, talking about all kind of crazy stuff. Again, stuff that my parents was not supposed to let us play, but they still did. And I'm not exhibiting that. So I never did understand. Just like, you know, with the CEO and then Trump getting assassinated, like you think people don't even have the nuts to tell their boss they want to get a raise or even like you know I don't advise it, but don't even have the nuts to like curse out their boss if they piss them off. So like, what makes you think they're gonna start robbing some place or like doing crazy stuff? It don't work like that. Like most times when you're, which is people don't get about when people go insane, it's not just the out the blue type of thing. That's what you don't understand. It's not out the blue. It's usually like built up, stacked and stacked and stacked. But that's another time. But yeah, I mean, I'll just speak for myself. Being an American, so say Black American first, because I gotta put that on me. Uh, it's not an easy walk in the park, you know, because it's like a catch 22, especially as a Black American. No matter what you do, I think I was talking to somebody. It's like, why is that? What happened to you know just being cultured? It seems like everybody can be cultured except us. We're the only ones that can't be cultured. When I say cultured, I mean have knowledge of different things. Know certain types of music that's not the type of music that people would expect your demographic to listen to, or watch certain movies that people wouldn't expect you to watch, or play certain sports, or speak certain languages, eat different foods, wear different clothes. You know certain trades or anything like that. People don't expect that for people not. Some people still have like that 3/5 mindset where they don't even think we're human beings. So it's like, but I bring it up because I guarantee you, like, I think that CEO assassination, I think that was an organized. No, not think. I believe that was an organized. Because there's no way. You telling me this person just woke up at 6:47 in the morning, just out the blue? They probably knew where the dude was at and like had it set up perfectly and just off them. But I guarantee you, once they show his face and then give a background on him, they're gonna find any excuse to try to not give them like the electric chair or no death penalty. They're gonna find some excuse. It always happens like that. It always happens. They're gonna, they sympathize white criminals more than mostly people of color victims. Like they'll justify to a child predator, if he's didn't was a loner or didn't really date, or oh he didn't really have girlfriends growing up, so he was very shy and all that. But then, 11-year-old kid that was just playing with a I don't know a toy knife and then gets shot at. You're gonna say, oh well, his great grandfather back in the day was a known a store robber, so it was bound for it to lead down to the family tree. Like it's just dumb stuff like that that just irks me. Like even, and I know certain groups are not gonna like me that I mentioned this. Yeah, I'm just talking about anything right now. A certain group that doesn't like this, the LGBT community loves saying that they're, so peaceful and pleasant and, open arms. Uh, Jeffrey Dahmer, uh, John Wayne Gacy, ring a bell? Not trying to start nothing, but I'm just saying. And plus, this whole making us as black people seem like a target, which doesn't really help because, we see a lot. But to be fair, but that's like a false argument because, yeah, you got your bad bunch. There's always going to be a bad bunch. Okay, not every race is like gonna be, and that's the thing that always bothers me. Not every race is a good race. There's gonna have a good bunch, a bad bunch, and all that. But what do we take from this? I mean, I'll just say, as far as this goes, don't tell nobody where you at. You know, no, we're in a day and age where nobody really cares about living no more, so they just do anything just to. People want attention at all costs. So that's how I see it as. I don't really see it as nothing big. I don't think him getting shot, nothing's gonna happen to my life. But I just see it as a way of just, it's like Wild Wild West right now. It's like you better be careful stepping outside your house. Because especially if you're a certain position of power, it just lets you know that nobody is invincible. That's the only thing I can say about that. Nobody's invincible. You know, everybody is liable to get you. You just gotta be cautious and know who's gonna do it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't see nothing. Like I said, you know, I don't see nothing special or spectacular happen when it just, wrong place, wrong time. That's all I can see it as. But to wrap it up, oh yeah, Sean Carter getting caught with messing with a 13-year-old back in the days. Getting caught messing with when you say teenage, how old we talking? That's what we doing, Jason. Damn, I mean, I don't know. No, I ain't gonna lie though. All those guys in the industry that was messing with those like young, I don't know. It's not a shocker. Well, I'm not trying to bypass it, but come on. Two things I can say about that, and y'all can all relate to me. One, for the dudes that's listening, we all went to high school. I'm gonna say it again for the guys. We all went to high school. So when I say that, y'all know what I mean when when you saw some girls that was always waiting outside or waiting for somebody to ride, and you see a dude like who the older dude coming out the whip, and it's not a daddy, and it's not an uncle, and it's not a grandfather. Then what was the second part? Oh, that's the second part. And speaking of family members, don't be all surprised. Don't act surprised like y'all didn't see y'all uncle with some or y'all cousin with somebody a little bit younger. Like, come on, like I probably gonna make another talk about this. I don't know. It's always just frustrating that again, not glorifying or giving him a pass what he did. I mean, I don't know if they don't do this, but that's just them. But I don't know. They just act like that's like a new thing. Like that's always been happening. He would just want to act like it's because I'll tell you this: why nobody say nothing about the women doing the same thing. They always try to blame the dude. Yeah, but he's 19. Oh, he's 19. He should have known better. But if the girl's 18, oh, she was taken advantage of. She was still a girl. Not the way y'all be dressing and acting like. But nah, I ain't gonna get to that. But yeah, just that's all I gotta say about that. I mean, like I said, I know I sounded like it was just stream of consciousness. Like, yeah, y'all. Let me just say what I've been doing. First of all, oh, and I just have to add this little incentive. I'm also starting to film again. Starting to film my web series again. This clapping thing doesn't work, and I'm gonna destroy this. So I still got the web series thing, right? Still got that. Um, got some solo projects going on. It's just coming soon. I'm not gonna say too much, but the web series is happening. I gotta record. I gotta start filming next month. I think they need me for like 2 days. One day out the week, then another day out the week. I know that, but yeah. So yeah, some I think some time along, maybe either the end of this month or even next month, where I y'all might be like, "Where's Eric? Where's he going?" Like I said, I'm always on the hustle, so I ain't gonna be. I know y'all wanna listen, and I might need y'all to share my stuff, man. I gotta spread the word, man. I can't just be doing this, for free 99 all the time. I gotta share my stuff, but yeah, man. I mean, condolences to that dude that got shot, but yeah, we just gotta be cautious, man. Like it's a doggy world out here. Like I don't remember. Well, I could lie, but I don't recall it being this aggressive like that. Like I said, maybe seeing what happened in the '60s, maybe, but man, people getting. I mean, Trump getting supposedly shot at, and CEO getting killed and all that. People, bombing themselves, setting themselves on fire. Like I ain't gonna be on the last days, I said, but I just think something need to be cleansed. Some in there need to be cleansed. They need to get rid of some of y'all because y'all messing up the flow of things. But yeah, that's all I got so far. But again, appreciate y'all for being with me again. Like, comment, subscribe, Spotify. They changed Acre again. It's Spotify for creators now, but they changed it again. They keep changing it. Apple, Twitter. I'm not gonna say X. It's Twitter to me. And yeah, here. But until then, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Gone.